Hi, I'm Tammy Fitchett, your Silicon Valley real estate reporter. Can you believe we are already almost 2 weeks into 2018? So with this in mind, I found this really cool article at Realtor.com that we're going to go over today of how to buy a house in 2018 and 5 tips to get an edge this year. As we know, our market here in the Bay Area is really aggressive, and we've had some changes in the market and tax codes that affect us this year that did not affect us last year. So the first thing we're going to go over is to know how this new tax code affects you. With this tax code, homeowners now can deduct only $750,000 of the mortgage interest. It was up to $1 million. Across the United States, where the average home price is about $250,000, this really doesn't affect them. But we know here in the Bay Area, depending on which micro market that you do live in, it's almost impossible to find a home with the price of $750,000. We know that our median price range for our homes is greatly higher than that. So we want to keep in mind of knowing how this new tax code affects you. You may want to talk to your CPA about this. The next thing we need to consider is prepare for some cutthroat competition. Not just here in the Bay Area, but across the United States, we are experiencing a very low inventory. So what that is doing is driving up home prices, and it's making us get multiple offers for our homes that are going on the market. According to NAR last year, 23% of the homes that were purchased in cash. So what this does for the seller is they're more apt to take a cash purchase because the buyer does not have to be, they don't have to apply for a loan. The money is right there. However, there are some creative things that you can do to help your chances of getting this home if you are competing with a cash purchase. You may want to consider writing a letter to the buyer, sending a picture with that letter of you and your family. Make this purchase process personal so that the seller can connect with you, and they may see the future for their home with a family rather than someone else who may be an investor. So this is something that can help you, in a multiple offer situation. In addition to that, you definitely want to use a qualified realtor who's very good in your market, who knows the market and knows how to strategize and negotiate and help you get what you need to get. The third thing we're going to go over is to get streetwise about what you read online. We want to be careful because in this day and age, we have a huge issue with identity theft. So when you're online and you see something that seems too good to be true, and that seems like there's red flags, you may want to listen to that because it probably is. For example, if the offer sounds too urgent, available only at this price today, you may want to reconsider. Looking at this offer. The next thing is listings asking for personal information such as your social security number. This is something that is a no-no. We don't ask for that. You may want to consider running away from this. Or home sellers or listing agents who are out of the country or otherwise available. Be very careful with this. Here in the Bay Area, we do have instances where the homeowners are out of the area. However, they do use a local agent that you can access to get that home. So be very mindful and cautious when you come into things like instances like this. The fourth thing, and I'll give you my opinion on this one after I'm done telling you about it. Don't get suckered by home staging. Home staging, if you're not aware what this is when you pay a designer to come in, decorate your house, either take out, bring in furniture and declutter. You may want to, according to the article, not use this. However, my personal ideas on this are, investment of $3,000, if that's something that you do have, could yield you an extra 15 to 20 because your home is shown in its best light. It gives the buyer the opportunity to see themselves in your home. It's like when you go to a model home and it's beautifully staged and it makes you want to live there because you connect with it on the emotional level. I see staging as, in the same light as this. In addition, there are some agents and some teams, real estate teams, that do cover the cost of staging for you. So keep this in mind when you're looking for an agent to list your home. Really see what's in your best interest. And the fifth thing is to consider a fixer-upper when you're purchasing a home. Don't always go for that turnkey home, because you may end up paying a little higher price than a fixer-upper. And when I mean fixer-upper, be cautious of something that has major issues such as structural issues, foundation issues. You may want to stay away from that because that can be a cost that's, just never ending, and it just grows and grows and grows. However, consider something that just needs cosmetic work, such as an updated kitchen, an updated bathroom, a few coats of paint on the outside and or inside. Keep these things in mind when you're purchasing a home like that, because you can purchase something and come in at pay a lot lower price than getting something that's turnkey. So I'm going to go over again the tips to get an edge this year. The first one is to know how the tax code affects you. The second one is to prepare for some cutthroat competition if you are a buyer in this market, because inventory is definitely low. Be creative about how you have your offer presented. Number 3, get streetwise about what you read online. Be careful of offers that seem too good to be true, because when it's too good to be true, sometimes it really is. The fourth thing is don't get suckered by home staging. We kind of went over this. I told you my personal opinion on it. It's an individual opinion. It's what works for you and your budget. And consider a fixer-upper. Consider a home where you may have to put a little work in, a little money, but you end up paying more paying less down the line as to paying more for a home that's turnkey. Well, I'm Tammy Fichette, your Silicon Valley real estate reporter. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Email me. My contact information is in the box below. Thank you, and I look forward to talking to you in our next video.